The crowd goes wild. Boutwell Auditorium, an old wrestling staple, and now a pay-per-view. And here we are. I'm in the bottom left-hand corner. Joey Styles and Cyrus the Virus, the future Don Callis. Man, who would have thought that between the two here, the bigger upside in wrestling was Cyrus?
Yeah, Don Calais has become a pretty big deal, hasn't he?
I like that you're calling him Don Calais.
I'm still looking for you. I know I'll see you.
Oh, I'm hard to miss.
Hey, the old Boutwell Auditorium was the place. You know, we had some WCW shows there.
Sure.
And it was the place that Matt, Chris, John Michael, and Tim, all five of my boys came there to a show with me. And they went into the ring during the early days. I mean, earlier in that afternoon. And the Giant threw them around the ring. And they were just big Paul White fans and have been ever since then.
Man, that's awesome. So what year do you think that would have been? 95, 96?
Yeah, it would have been obviously it'd been in the 90s, 95, I would think. So Matt would have been like, Matt would have been like 11, 12. And Chris would have been 10. The twins would have been 8, something like that. So yeah, I'll never will forget. And that's my one real fond memory of the Boutwell Auditorium. In that, also that, it was look at that WCW suck signs. Come on, guys. What the fuck did we do to you? It also in that, it was a pretty good place to do a wrestling show. It really was. Had a pretty good look to it, don't you think?
Had a fine look. It was set up nicely. And the good thing for ECW, it wasn't too big. You know, the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center, a lot bigger than Boutwell Auditorium. This is a much more reasonable size, and there's not a bad spot in the venue as a result. As a matter of fact, most ECW shows, whether you were a quote unquote cheap seat or ringside, you didn't have a bad seat, which is always good if you're a fan on a budget.
Not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules can't pass. This wasn't the initial plan. Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a trip. Tommy, come over here.